Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I thought we could talk about when Prince Charles and Princess Diana visited Nigeria. So they went in 1990, and I thought we could take a look at some of Diana's outfits and talk about the difference of their trip to Nigeria versus what Dumb and Dumberton are going to pull in Nigeria, because I suspect there will be some antics. In fact, I got into a conversation with you all on the live stream that we did Sunday night, and we had the best time and came up with a bingo card of stuff that we think is going to happen on this trip. So if you decide you want to play along, we can watch the we can watch the antics unfold on Dumb and Dumberton's trip and see if we can mark off our bingo cards. I suspect we'll be able to get a bingo pretty easily on it. But first, let's take a look at some of the pictures from the trip. So it was March in 1990. Diana and Charles toured Nigeria and Cameroon. I hope I said that right. The president of Cameroon hosted an official dinner to welcome them, and highlights of the tour included visits by Diana to hospitals and projects focusing on women's development. So I thought it was important to take a look at these photos and discuss what was going on. Unlike the faux royals out in Montecito, this was an actual royal visit. And by the way, can we spend about 4 hours looking at this photo? Why is that? Well, just take a look. Beautiful Princess Diana in beige. Do you think we'll see this? I do. I thought we could talk about the trip, but also what I think the faux royals will get up. I don't even want to put their name with royals. What Dumb and Dumberton will get up to out there. And again, I really think we'll see a lot of Meghan cosplaying as Diana. Well, of course, the beige always has to make an appearance. We've seen tons of trench looks like this with the oversized buttons. I'm sure that will come back to haunt as well. As I'm recording this, we have learned more information, such as allegedly Rachel tells Doofus that she's been channeling Diana, and when Doofus does what Rachel wants, then suddenly and miraculously Diana approves. It's all such nonsense. Isn't that interesting? She's claiming to, I can't even get through it without laughing. She's claiming to communicate with Diana. It's not even shocking. Again, I go back to in Dum Dum's book Spare. Oh, God, that book. He talks about Meghan having Diana's stardust, according to him, and how the other royals were jealous. Just let that sink in. So, of course, also coincidentally, it's interesting how Diana only talks to Rachel, right? And then also coincidentally, Rachel discovered, even though in 2015 she said she discovered she was from Malta and got a trip to Malta, now she's discovered that she is part Nigerian. Even though the math doesn't math, let's ignore the facts. That's just what you have to do with Rachel and Henry. Am I calling her Rachel? Well, just a reminder, she can't get Catherine, Princess of Wales' name right, and so we'll be calling her Rachel, amongst other things, Hank and Skank and Harold and Fraud. You take your pick, but it really pisses off the sewer squad when I call her Rachel, so that's part of it too. What are they up to? Well, everything's for attention with those two. I just keep thinking about, again, let me draw your attention back to when they left the royal family, right? Their first tour, I'm using giant sarcastic air quotes for that, was that disaster trip to New York. No, not the one with the near catastrophic car chase. It was the one where she dressed like the Joker. They spoke at an underprivileged school, and then it turns out they tried to charge them for the books, right? And then more has come out that allegedly they wanted them to spring for like new cushions and furniture and things to make Harold and Fraud look better in the pictures. I mean, it's just the most awful, disrespectful, tacky, you name it, it applies situation. So I can only imagine what kind of crap they're going to pull in Nigeria. I've talked in other videos about the security risks for two people that claim that security is a huge issue while continuing to tip off the press about their whereabouts, backgrid, and I don't know, doing things like rolling down the windows to make sure that the paparazzi or whatever, the lone photographer they've hired get the shot, just stuff like that, always contradicting themselves. There are travel alerts out for Nigeria, not known to be the safest place, and yet here they go. Not a care in the world for security in this instance. I mean, you just can't. You can't make this stuff up. The hypocrisy just knows no bounds. They have nothing else, so they have to do this trip to try to get attention for themselves. They need content for whomever they're working for. They say Netflix. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, God, I don't want to watch it, but we'll see. But just anything to tie themselves back to the royals while bashing the royal family, and anything to use Diana's name. You know who I really feel for in all this? Well, I always feel for Catherine. Speedy recovery to Catherine, of course, as well as the king. But I really feel for William in all this. And I think about that too. You know, it's obviously it's his mother as well. And here's Harold using their mother's memory to try to garner their own attention. I just keep thinking about that. And then you have this evil sea witch, Rachel, dragging out "I speak to your mother and she approves" when Harold falls in line behind her. It's absolutely crazy at this point, but here's where we're at. So I'm sure their antics will continue in Nigeria, but I'm saying all this to say, remember how they just made such fools of themselves in New York, and apparently every time they go back to themselves, they make fools of themselves constantly. It's what they do. So they will absolutely make fools of themselves in Nigeria. I will get to the bingo card because I want to discuss what I think that they will pull. Well, I think they will pull lots of stuff while they're there. And because of your very smart, very creative help, we came up with a pretty funny list of things that they will pull. There's one other look of Diana's I would like to point your attention toward. Let's take a look at this. Here it is right here. You know, Rachel loves to show off her shoulders. God knows why. But she does. Whew, I don't get it either. She loves messy and a lot of "look at me." Loves to show off the shoulders. So I do feel like, just pay attention to this. This is something Diana wore to a state dinner during the visit to Nigeria. And here she is with the First Lady of Nigeria at the time. And I feel like we will see very much a reference to this look when Meghan is there. Rachel is there. Look for that. And it actually reminds me of that stupid ass polo outfit. Again, I'm not putting down Diana, Princess of Wales. It's more of, you know, Rachel. I think it reminds me of that polo outfit where it's, again, all about focusing on shoulders. Beige and shoulders are her favorite things ever, as well as the claw and "look at me." But wrinkled, messy, so much. But when I was pulling pictures and I saw this one, I thought, oh my God, this is what Rachel tries to do in photos and completely misses the mark. Just I don't know if it's side eye or just trying to get the camera to notice her. I feel like it's something like that, but completely misses it, whereas obviously Diana nailed it. Shall we take a look at our bingo card that we came up with and predict the antics of those two and see how they will make asses of themselves? You know, what else is new, right? Let's take a look and see what we all thought that they would get up to on this trip. All right, let's take a look at this card. We have "look at me" in Nigeria, because it is going to be the Meghan show. She's going to overtake things and make it all about herself. What else is new, right? But let's take a look. So we have teeth. Teeth, because it just happened at the polo match. It's all about those teeth. I don't know if the new teeth are on. I think she put new teeth over her old teeth. Lots of teeth happening. Teeth will be part of the focus. They will have a security issue while they're there because that's what they do. They're trying to get more that status, the IPP status, and I do believe security will become an issue, and it's a way to play victim, which we have a square for that as well. We have appropriating culture because they just will. She already is. Remember in 2015, she was from Malta. Now, all of a sudden, mysteriously, she's from Nigeria. That's a thing, you know, changing where you're from to get trips to places. Microphone grabs, of course, will happen. That pretty much goes without saying. Meghan will make it about herself and grab onto that mic. Lots of fake smiles to be had. Wrong climate clothing will happen. I'm sure if it's hot, she will dress like it's frigid outside. If it's cooler, then she will, of course, dress uh, like in a tank top. So get ready for that. Jam will happen. Peddling jam, mentioning jam, tying it to Nigeria somehow, her jam making. She will be walking in front of fraud. That goes without saying. We will see a mask slip, lots of fake smiles, but then at some point the camera will catch that scary, scary look that we've come to know so well. Wrinkled, because that's the only thing she knows is having wrinkled messy clothing, right? We will see seal claps because you can't just clap. Why clap with like a normal person when you can really try to draw attention to yourself while clapping? Messy, because again, that's all she knows how to do. The free spot, the free square, of course I had to make it spray tan / bronzer. I could talk about this for about 4 hours. We actually pulled a paint chart on the live stream to figure out where on the orange paint chart Meghan will land. Yeah, it's going to be so cringy and awful and embarrassing, and I can't wait. We will see the vein pop out, probably related to the mask slips. We will see disrespecting of cultures. Again, maybe I'm thinking about when she referred to in South Africa a housing unit, which was actually like a beautiful mansion that they got to stay. I mean, just really belittling the hosts, anything to disrespect the culture, they're there for, while trying to make it her own. We will see a cavalcade, again, going back to the security issues, I'm sure. Of course, there's beige. I have to say it like a yawn. That could have been the middle square as well, because it's pretty much a given. Beige will happen. Of course, we'll see Diana cosplay. That's why I pulled all the pictures of Diana to show you what Diana wore, because Meghan will not just do like a nod to Diana. Instead, as somebody who talks to Diana, she will let Has No Balls know that Diana told me to dress like her on this trip, We're going to get some weird kid quotes a la, my kids are little. And remember when they asked Harry about being a dad, that's classified. I mean, just making it awkward and not knowing about their children, totally a thing, right? No, it's not. Lecturing, lots of lecturing from these two on, eco stuff, taking private jets, on parenting while being away from the kids, on the importance of friendships while ghosting theirs. I mean, just you name it, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. Hand holding. An obnoxious amount, again, that could have been a middle square. That goes without saying. Maybe some claw. We haven't seen the claw in a little bit. She's holding on to Has No Balls' hands, but now that she's over him and not even trying to hide it in the photos anymore, I don't know if we'll see a claw, but, sometimes the claw still makes an appearance. An elbow. She likes to elbow Has No Balls out of the way. We'll see. Definitely playing victim. Both of these two love to play victim, so I'm sure victim will happen, especially if they're in an area that suffers with things like violence and poverty and things, and they will make it about themselves and play victim while doing so, while she's modeling a whole new wardrobe. And Nigerian family. How many times are we going to hear about Meg's Nigerian roots and how all of a sudden, mysteriously, this genealogy report completely changed? That's the thing. Like medical reports, right? Like sometimes you're well, sometimes you're not. Sometimes she's Nigerian, sometimes she's not. It's really depending on her mood. It's like a mood ring of genealogy, right? I look forward to playing this game with you, and we will be getting a bingo probably within about 3 minutes of those two idiots touching down in Nigeria. So we'll see how it goes. I'm here to make fun of it and have fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you think our bingo will be? Is there something that should have been added to this bingo list? Let me know in the comments below. This has been fun. They're going to make asses of themselves. I'm here for that. Let me know. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for being here, for all the love and support, for everybody who came out to the live chat. I appreciate it. If you missed it, don't worry. We will do another one soon. I always enjoy those so much. It's just a fun way to connect with you all and just catch up. Again, I'm still coming off the high of all the money we raised for St. Jude. It's incredible. If you did miss the live chat, I sent out a card to Catherine, Princess of Wales, as well as King Charles to let them know what we all did and what an incredible group this is. And I'm just so proud of us all. So thank you to everybody just for everything. You guys are the best. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I truly hope you have the best day. Take care. Bye-bye.